Hey, Vsauce, Michael here, and thank you for clicking on this video. But how many times a day do you click? And how many times a day do you type keys on a keyboard? You might be surprised by the answer. And one of the best ways to know exactly how many actions you're taking per day is to use software like WhatPulse. WhatPulse measures how often you do things, keystrokes, mouse clicks. It even measures the total distance you've moved your cursor. It's really fun stuff to track, and of course, depending on who you are or what day it is or what you do, your totals per day will change. But it's been found that on average, people who use computers a lot, like office workers, type around 5,000 to 10,000 keystrokes every day, and they click a mouse about 1,500 to 3,000 times a day. Interestingly, computer users in the UK typed the most. Sitting down and using a computer, typing, scrolling, moving the mouse, burns about 20 more calories an hour than just doing nothing. I mean, if you do nothing, you're still using calories. It takes energy for you to exist. You have to keep your body temperature where it should be. You have to breathe, pump blood. To figure out how many calories it takes per day for you to just exist, simply take your weight in pounds and multiply it by 11. If you want to be more specific, take your weight in kilograms and multiply it by 0.02. What you wind up with is the number of calories it takes per minute to keep you existing. That's the number of calories that you burn every minute doing nothing. It's not very much, and using a computer doesn't raise it that much higher. But don't be discouraged, because typing and texting can bind us together. We text and type on keyboards a lot and rapidly. In fact, every day, 6 billion text messages are sent. And there are only 7 billion people on Earth. And that's just texting. We'll add keyboard typing in a little bit later, but I want to take a quick detour and talk about the letters and the characters and the keys themselves. They're not all pressed the same number of times. Some are more common than others. Let's begin visually. This is a sculpture of a keyboard where every letter has been raised to a height that corresponds to its popularity compared to the other letters. The letter E is the most common letter typed in almost every language that has a letter E. But to figure out letter frequencies in text that you type yourself, use Patrick Wide's heat map. On this site, you can type a sentence in and see how frequently the characters are used. For instance, this sentence contains every letter in the alphabet at least once, but it uses E and O the most. Roughly speaking, and considering different languages, of all the characters typed or tapped on a phone every day, about 9% of them are the letter E, which is a lot, but the letter E is not the most common key. The space bar is the most commonly pressed key, nearly twice as popular as the letter E. Now that we know about the space bar's popularity, let's return to texting and add in keyboard typing. If we assume that about 350 million people are typing 5,000 to 10,000 characters a day on keyboards, and add that to the number of characters being texted every day, we can do a little bit of math and determine that at any given second, here on Earth, the spacebar is being pressed 6 million times. 6 million spacebars a second. What a great world, right? Well, let's think of it this way. Because it only takes 1/10 of a second to tap or type a spacebar, when you push the spacebar, statistically speaking, as many as 600,000 other people on Earth did that at the exact same time that you did. So if you ever feel alone, just give yourself some space and know that more than 500,000 people are doing that exact same thing. And as always, thanks for watching.